Hello YouTube, it's me John Avenger once again and welcome back to another review. This is a review of a TV show I just saw the pilot for, so we're not going to get all the episodes right now. There's only 3 of them on HBO Max. This is the 2021, this is a 2022, the first DC show of 2022 on HBO Max, because their first one on the CW was Naomi, which I'm not reviewing. This is a superhero streaming television series created by James Gunn. Yeah, that lunatic. We already know who he is. And it is DC's Peacemaker. Yes. I finally got to see the first episode, and it's good, but there are problems, and I'll get to that. This is a spin-off of a 2021 film, the Suicide Squad, which bombed last year because no one went to go see it during COVID. Said after the film, yeah, they literally show a recap of what Peacemaker did. Not the whole movie, just like a minute montage of what he did to Rick Flag and to, when he was released from prison, etc. And the scene when, him and Idris Elba have a shoot down, like a showdown, and then he shoots him in the neck. Yeah, this takes place after that. The series explores the origins of Peacemaker, who believes in achieving peace at any cost. And and the show, it's not a CW show, guys. I can easily say this. This is nothing like the CW shows, which is a good thing. Because after watching safe shows with like 45 minutes of talking and no action and a lot of, melodrama and way too many flashbacks. And at least here, he doesn't have a ton of flashbacks. That's for the Book of Boba Fett. The cast is hit and miss. I'm going to say that right now. I know Josh is going to disagree with me. That's fine. I only really watch it for John Cena and his eagle. The eagle's cool. It's a CGI bald eagle. It's a beautiful creature. They couldn't use a real eagle because it's dangerous, but it's a cute eagle, and it makes sense. He's a American, so it having a bald eagle thing. Danielle Brooks, I don't care about her. She's the diversity hire, just like in every other show. And I'm fine with having black people in shows. Tiana Paris, this girl is not Tiana Paris from WandaVision because she was gorgeous. She had a personality, and she kind of came out of nowhere because she's in the background in the first 2 episodes, and then she becomes a superhero. This big plus-size lady, the only reason she's here, besides that she's, a diversity hire, is because she was in Orange is the New Black. Whoop-de-freaking-do. I don't care about her. She plays another stereotype. Not a loud black woman, mind you, but she plays a lesbian. Fuck you, DC, for that. Because I told you I'm done with affiliations this year. I'm done with it. I was done with it once you did Supergirl. Once Alex came out of the closet in the 2nd season, I'm like, go screw yourselves, guys. You do not need to do that. Stop putting gay agendas in my freaking shows. It's not needed. It's like she's about as gay as Brian Henry was in Eternals, and I didn't like that either. And that's probably why I don't have 1,000 subscribers, because gay people don't subscribe to my channel. I'm sorry. It's not that I hate all of you. I just don't want you in my entertainment, especially when it's forced. But who cares? She's not in the show that much. Freddie Stroma, is that the guy with the beard? No, that's the guy. He's a British actor. That's that stupid guy that was working at the. Yeah, he could have been cut out. I don't need Bentos in my shows. Enough said. Chudwudi Iwuji. No, I think she's in the. No, that's the guy from. He's also a British actor. Don't care. Let's move on. Steve Agee. That's the guy with the beard from Suicide Squad. That he's like, we got a kaiju up in this piece. He's kind of funny. I do like him. He's like David Harbour from whatchamacallit, Black Widow. He has a sense of humor. Jennifer Holland is hot. Like, I think she's gorgeous. Josh, she reminds me of Carrie Coon. Don't take offense. That's her last name. Just get over it. From Ghostbusters Afterlife. She's a blonde and she's really cute. Look at her face. Well, there's no picture of her. She's the same age as Tiana Paris, too. The same freaking age. Let me show you a picture of her. I know she's got to be here somewhere. And I do like the tone of the show. The tone is basically like if you took Deadpool and Captain America and mix it in a blender and put James Gunn's writing from Guardians 1 and 2 and from Slither and Super, and there you go. I do like Jennifer Holland's character. She is a tough chick, but she's not a lesbian. So at the very least, because in Deadpool, the tough chick in that one, in the first one, it's the Negasonic teen. She's cute. Look, that's her. Very beautiful white girl. And she's not British, so fuck off. Yeah, I'm going to say that a lot. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of bentos. I've said that since back in 2011 when I said, before I had a YouTube channel, when I said that bentos don't need to be in everything, guys. They're in everything, and I'm sick and tired of it. They play background characters, and they try to be American, and you sound about as American as my ass cheeks. And yeah, I know I sound like a James Gunn movie too, but again, they're not needed in the film or shows or whatever. Granted, it's not Idris Elba, but you know, I don't need him. Robert Patrick is great as his dad. It's good to see the T-1000, even though he's much older now than he was in the 90s. But he did a good job for a small amount of screen time. And that's about it for the cast. The rest of it is... See, Gunn wrote all 8 episodes on the series about completing the work on the Suicide Squad during the COVID. So this show, you can definitely tell, was made during the pandemic because there's no kissing between Cena or any of the girls. The sex scene, I'm not going to say when it is. That's for you to find out. There's going to be some spoilers here in the pilot, so bear with me. It's like 7 seconds long. It's not as long as the sex scene in Deadpool. That one was lovemaking, not just, he finds a random hooker and hooks up with her. I'm not going to say what she is, though. You'll have to find out for yourself. It was filmed in Vancouver, Canada. Yay! Our Canadian brothers, that they another country where they filmed a DC thing because they filmed Shazam there. Shazam is way funnier though because I think it doesn't need an F-bomb every 2 seconds. We get it, James Gunn. This isn't for kids. I'm not a kid. I'm in my 30s. I'm older than some of the actors in this show. Yeah, I'm older than freaking Jennifer Holland. She's 34, and I'm older than her. Danielle Brooks is yeah, she's in her 30s too, but I don't care, guys. I love black women, but if you're going to play a freaking if you're just a diversity hire just to pander, I don't care. I don't care about you. I'm sorry. This show's about John Cena. This is his show. And then they call him a racist. I'm like, no, he killed, that was at the beginning joke where him and the janitor are talking and his ass cheeks are out because, he's in the hospital with a freaking apron on. And he's like, I'm Peacemaker. It's like, there's no superhero named Peacemaker. It's like, you're that really racist guy. I'm like, again, guys, these are a very social time that we live in. At least there was no N word in the show so far. A 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. John Cena reprises his uproariously immoral avatar of America ID in Peacemaker. A bloody good time that gives writer James Gunn full permission to let his freak flag fly. Of course he does, because James Gunn is weird, guys. He colored his hair white and he's not even 60 yet. He's weird, guys. He wrote the first 2 Scooby-Doo films. The guy is mental. He's off his rocker. We all know that. Just like Michael Bay and freaking and Taika Waititi. These guys are out of their freaking minds. Only people that are off their rocker would do movies like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 and Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, you have to be a little bit mental to be in the MCU or the DCU in this case. I didn't see the second and third episode. I'm not going to review those. I'll just wait till I'm done with the episodes and then I'll get back to you. But I did want to give my thoughts on the pilot. It's good. But like I said, it isn't that long either. It's about 45 minutes. If you cut out the opening and the first minute of showing the Suicide Squad, it's about 43 minutes. So it's still shorter than Eternals. I didn't have to sit there saying, oh, for God's sakes, let something happen. No, it's a lot better than Naomi was going to be, and it's a lot better than the last 2 episodes of Supergirl. I enjoyed this more than The Flash has been in years. It is better than Superman and Lois's first episode of the second season, only because there was more happening. That's it. Because like I said, I think in that show, at least what that show did right was cast a family right. And the diversity hires are not shoved in your face. Here it's like, we have to have a black girl in there. We have to have a freaking gay person in there. We have to have a bunch of bentos because we haven't had enough of that in DC with Cavill and all these. No, I'm done with that, okay? I'm watching this for Cena. He's the best part of the show. He's ripped like a mother, and he's funny, and he's charismatic. And when he has that helmet on, I shouldn't be taking him seriously, but I do. Because I like the character in the movie. He was the best character. He stole the show from Idris Elba and all these other characters that some of them were likable, but some of them die so soon you don't even get to know them. And this is his show, so it's called Peacemaker. It's not called Peacemaker and his band of misfit toys. Yeah, Christopher Smith is his name. He's a good character. Jennifer Holland was Amelia Harcourt. She's an NSA agent who was an aide to Amanda Waller. Yeah. Amanda Waller, I never liked that character in the first place. She sucked in the first Suicide Squad, and in this one I was like, it's Viola Davis, a great actress, on a freaking Zoom call. Yay. Freaking yay. It says, she doesn't see herself in a romantic relationship with him, at least from her point of view, leading the pair to have a complicated relationship. Yeah, it's the odd couple thing that they're not gonna get along. But again, opposites attract. We already know that. There's recurring roles, but those are for characters later in the series. But I'm seeing it for Cena. If you want to know my intentions on this show, I watched this show for the main character. Just like I saw the Deadpool movies for Ryan Reynolds. While he's not as good as Ryan Reynolds, he's still got something. And it's good to see somebody new as a lead instead of the same 14 leads we've seen in DC and Marvel movies and Netflix, etc. Like, Ryan Reynolds has been in too much. The Rock has been in too much. Havill's been in too much. All these Bintos have been in too much. It's good to see a nice, fresh face, even though Cena's been in movies and shows since he did wrestling back in the 2000s. But he's very charismatic, and he's ripped, and he's having fun. The dance scene in the beginning was good, and the dance scene at the end was pretty funny too. And the show has its heart in the right place, at least. It has some humanity in it. It's not just him shooting a bunch of people for 40 minutes. No, it has a slower pace, but it will get there. We'll get to the good action in the later episodes. And I'm looking forward to the rest of it, because unlike a lot of the shows I saw last year and in 2020 and throughout the 2010s, it's not going to turn CW on me. It's going to take risk. And that's why I prefer streaming service shows over these recent shows on the regular TV, because they can take risk. And this is more adult, which is what I wanted. It gave me what I wanted. There's F-bombs, that means it's not for kids. There's blood, a lot of it, that means it's not for kids either. There's more blood in this than any Crisis on Infinite Earths or Earth X or any of that. I know that's different, that's the Arrowverse, but this could have been in the Arrowverse if it was not, done by James Gunn. But anyway, it is a good show so far. I'm enjoying it. It's not perfect. It's good. Not great. Just some of the writing, like I said, some of the jokes work and some of them fall really flat. But again, James Gunn's not a miracle worker. He had to work on a tight schedule, so his writing is not going to be Oscar worthy. Let's just say that. But it is good for a show. For a laugh, hey, it's better than that Santa Inc. show that came out last year that Seth Rogen did, where everything is just an F-bomb or a sex joke or something stupid. And it's not even funny. At least here, I laughed in the beginning. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. I didn't laugh out loud, but I'm getting there. Because I had to watch it really early in the morning. I don't want to wake up my family. But anyway, it's good. If you've seen it, tell me your thoughts on Peacemaker. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him, because this character I actually care about. If this was the Bloodsport show, I would shut it off in 5 minutes, because you know me. I'm very biased, and I know what I like and what I don't like. Half of the cast works, and half of them I could care less if they die at the end of the season, because that's how I am, guys. Give me characters that are not a bunch of stereotypes or diversity hires out of nowhere, because I'm like, you don't need it. You want to be diverse? Make it feel organic. Black Lightning, freaking Arrow, even Supergirl and Flash in their early seasons. They didn't have to shove in an agenda out of nowhere until later on. But, you know how it is. Times have changed. But what hasn't changed is DC's entertainment value. That's something that's been in a lot of their stuff. Even in their flawed things, there's always one thing that I like about it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next review.